Many of us saw a lot of damage to our homes and businesses after Hurricane Beryl yesterday. So as we look to get you back on your feet, we are learning how you can file an insurance claim. To learn the do's and don'ts of the process, we're talking with attorney John Black. Thanks for joining me, Mr. Black.
Good morning, Haley. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good.
So what
Struggling
are
without power, but okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Me as well. So, millions of us are. What damages can we now file a claim for because of this natural disaster that's hit us?
Yeah, so a claim can be filed now, and the biggest issue we typically see are people waiting to file claims. Don't do that. Filing claims should be easy. Typically, your insurance company will have a telephone number or an email. You might have a broker. Just making a call and putting them on notice that you have damages that you think are related to the storm is step one. It's easy, and it should start the process of getting the insurance company looking at the damage and assessing what it costs to repair it.
Okay, so that is good advice, because that's the number one reason that people would avoid doing it, is that they think it's going to be too complicated, that they're going to have to jump through too many hoops. But you said that there should just be a number or something as simple as that to reach out to.
Exactly. I mean, most people know who their insurance company is. You can find a 1-800 number. All you're looking for is the claim number, right? How to file a claim number. It's going to be online. It's going to be on your policy or deck page. If you don't have it, your broker will have it. And that's step one. And that really will start the process of getting the insurance company to come and do the work they need to do to assess the damage and to figure out what they owe you.
Yeah. And so much of the damage across the area right now has been caused by downed trees. And here's a question that we get a lot from our viewers during any kind of storm. A viewer always comes to us and says, a neighbor's tree has fallen onto my property. So now whose responsible for that? Do you have an answer?
The answer, you're going to hate it because it's a lawyer answer, is that it depends, right? Typically, what we recommend is that you file a claim with your insurance company. And often, if there's an issue that the tree was not on your property or that it wasn't maintained by your neighbor, those are issues that your insurance company can try to resolve with the neighbor's insurance company. Sometimes they can't reach an agreement and there is litigation or some sort of dispute resolution mechanism. But we recommend starting with letting your insurance company know. They're going to know how to handle it better than you are.
Okay, so I file it with my insurance and then just let them fight it out and determine that. Because most of the time you wouldn't want to file with your insurance because you don't want to have to pay some kind of a deductible, but maybe they can hash that out for you.
That's exactly right. And sometimes, your insurance company can successfully resolve the situation with the neighbor's insurance company in a way that you don't pay anything. We've seen that happen sometimes, but you really need to get your insurance company at least aware of the issue to kind of get the process started.
Yeah. What can we do if we're having issues with even getting the insurance to come out and assess any damage?
Yeah, so that's a big problem because these insurance companies really do get overwhelmed right now, particularly after a catastrophic event. And so they frequently won't have the number of adjusters they need to canvass properties. So first, we advise be patient. In Texas, there are deadlines for insurance companies to assess the damage after you've given them notice, usually about 30 days. And so if you really do find yourself in a situation where the insurance company is ignoring you or has gone beyond that 30-day period, then we recommend talking to a public adjuster or an attorney just to get some advice. But typically that first notice to the insurance company, is going to trigger those timetables for them to start acting.
So are we in that time period, are we able to take matters into our own hands, start cleaning up the damage, or is it best to leave the damage so an insurance adjuster can come out and take a look at it?
So that's a great question. So we recommend that you leave things kind of as they are for the adjuster at least to come out and do an initial assessment. We always recommend that you not try to make repairs on your own or put yourself in harm's way. If there are, very minor things you can do to take reasonable precaution to protect your property against it being further damaged, like you've got a leaky window and you can put up a tarp to prevent it from leaking. Things of that nature you can do, but we really recommend that you allow the adjuster to do a full assessment of the damage. You can help along the way with taking photos and videos and things of that nature, but they really need to get a full sense of the scope of the problem.
Would you say that there's any like number one mistake that you see people continue to make when they file insurance claims?
Well, waiting is the biggest problem, right? People just waiting or saying, well, I'm not going to file a claim, or I'm going to wait and see how things go. That can be a problem, and that's where we see people get into trouble, right? They think that they don't have damage. A lot of the damage that Houston has suffered is wind damage, obviously, and so sometimes with these shingle roofs, I mean, you may think that your roof is fine and you don't file a claim. You only discover that you've got a problem, a few months later when the leaks start showing up. So
yeah.
we really recommend that you, not wait and file a claim quickly if you think that you've got an issue. You're not going to get, an insurance hike just because you filed a claim. Everybody's in the same boat. This isn't like you got a bad teenage driver at home that got in a wreck and raised your insurance premiums. I mean, weather is something that we've all suffered together, and so filing a claim, if you have a legitimate one, should not be to your detriment.
All right, good advice, because I think that's what everybody's nervous about. I appreciate it.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. All right, John Black, thank you so much. Through all of the power and cell problems that we've been having, your advice came in crystal clear. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.